So President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy met yesterday for more than an hour to try and find a path forward on the debt ceiling. No deal was reached, but the two leaders called the Oval Office meeting productive. This is good.
Yeah.
The White House said it was, quote, frank and straightforward, that the two covered a range of issues, and Biden is eager to continue to work across the aisle in good faith. The White House also stressed it is the shared duty of Biden and McCarthy not to allow an unprecedented and economically catastrophic default, and that any deal is non-negotiable. The statement ends by saying Biden welcomes a separate discussion on reducing the country's debt. Speaker McCarthy had this to say.
We both have different perspectives on this, but I thought this was a good meeting. We promised we would continue the conversation. We'll see if we can get there. I think at the end of the day, we can find common ground. I really do. I told the president I would like to see if we can come to an agreement long before the deadline. So I think this is a positive. This is exactly how government in America is designed, that you have to find compromise. I was clear to him. I'm not. We're not going to pass a clean debt ceiling. I mean, that's just.
You told him that directly.
Yeah, I mean, and he told me the perspectives that he wanted.
I mean, yeah, Jonathan Lemire, we can ask no more, actually, from leaders than what we just heard there. They were respectful. They both were respectful. Came out, were very respectful afterwards. I mean, I understand McCarthy's position. That's the position of the caucus. We're not going to give him a clean debt ceiling. I understand Biden's position. They've got to figure out a compromise, right? They got to work the compromise. And if one side doesn't want to move, the other side, we'll see where it ends up. But we've seen before people walk out of the White House and attack the person they just met with on budget negotiations. I've seen it before in the past, and that's just Bush League. There was none of that yesterday. And listen, that's something we should applaud when we see it. Two people working together from different parties with divergent views, trying to stop the economy from being wrecked.
Yeah, aides on both sides portrayed it as a positive first step that they met at all. They said the meeting was respectful. The two men don't have much of a personal relationship, but they're looking to build a rapport. Biden, of course, knows Mitch McConnell for decades. He and McCarthy not nearly as close. But aides, as one aide put it to me, this is the first inning of the process. Very little got done yesterday. That was to be expected. This is going to be a long haul. White House aides have already floated sort of an off-ramp for McCarthy. You form some sort of like committee or super committee to study the budget, to study future debt ceilings, thinking that maybe that would be enough for him to save face while passing the extension. That seems probably not going to be enough for the Republican side, Joe. But really here, we know President Biden's been very clear as to where he is standing and, frankly, not going to negotiate. For McCarthy, though, he's got two different sets of negotiations. He's got to negotiate with the president, yes, but also members of his own caucus, members of his own fellow Republicans who are simply not, under any circumstance, going to vote to lift the debt ceiling. And that's going to be a concern. And he's going to need to figure out how to walk that tightrope when we know it wouldn't take much for his leadership there, his speakership, to be challenged. So McCarthy has a long road ahead of him here in the months ahead to get to some sort of deal that he can sell.
Well, I think Speaker McCarthy's challenge is going to be getting the votes from the Democrats, the 5, 6, 7 votes he needs from the Democrats, or the 5, 6, 7 votes he needs from Republicans, however this breaks. And for him personally, keeping the speakership. I mean, the votes are going to be there. There's a possibility of a discharge petition that also gets the votes there as well. And so we'll see how that goes. Again, though, just want to salute both leaders for a good first day.
Yeah.
Civil. And by the way, if you're complaining that I'm saying that, well, I'm sorry. I just don't want the economy to be wrecked. And right now, I think markets are probably looking at that as a very positive first day. And speaking of markets, breaking news from Reuters, the Bank of England raises interest rates to 4%, but says inflation has probably peaked. They believe it's slowing down there as well as in the United States. So good news.